How's it going, everybody? Welcome back for another video where I try to make you a little bit of money with some sports betting. And in our last episode, you came out ahead $70 if you took all of my suggestions. Unfortunately, you were very, very close to coming out ahead by over $800. The Broncos could not get it done on a clock-killing drive, which allowed the Titans to get the ball back, and Derrick Henry went over his 97 allowed yards, which killed our 5-leg parlay, which would have paid out at $722, I believe, right in that range. So that one is a little bit tough, but that happens sometimes. Luckily, we did have that parlay insurance from FanDuel, so we didn't lose any money on the bet since we only missed by one leg, but it would have been really nice to come out with that extra 700. Today, we're going to go with another parlay again, so I'll get into that one later. But I'd like a lot of these bets going on for Game 7 between the Nuggets and the Clippers, starting with the biggest freebie of the day. Fox Bet is giving out up to $10, so a max bet of $10, even odds on Nikola Jokic to record 1 point. That's it, 1 point. Hits a free throw, you're good. So $10, even odds, take your free $10. Don't think too much about it. Fox Bet has been giving out a lot of great ones like this recently. Unfortunately, they do all have lower maxes than a lot of the other sports books, but they are super easy money. So unless he's hurt in warm-ups, you're making money on this one. I'll go into the other one on this game. This is on FanDuel. They're giving you a risk-free same-game parlay up to $10. This is another one that you're only going to want to bet the $10 because the point of this is that it's risk-free. So you don't want to go to a full $50 unit or whatever your unit is if it's more than 10. But because it's risk-free, you want to take it because you're getting your money back if you lose. And my philosophy with these tends to be, if you're giving me a risk-free bet, I'm going to take a massive swing. So I put together a 6-leg parlay. The point of this is just the risk-free, so you can go with any parlay that you personally like. But on this channel, I promise to give you detailed advice, and I'm giving you my recommendations, so this is the parlay that I went with. I have 4 different players over 6 legs. They're all player over-under props. So for Kawhi Leonard, I have him going over 8.5 rebounds. I have Nikola Jokic going over 1.5 threes, and for Jamal Murray, I have him going over 4.5 rebounds. I also think that Michael Porter Jr. has a chance to have a massive game today, and some of his lines are set pretty low. So 1 assist, I have him going over half an assist. I also have him going over 1.5 threes, so if he can just drain a couple of them, we're set there. And I have him going over 11.5 points. I think he does that. I think that we might see a 20-point game out of MPJ today. So hopefully he puts it all together for us on this parlay, and everyone else gets it done. And this one would pay out at plus 21.45 on our $10 risk-free. That's about $214.50. So that's good money, and you don't have to take any risk for it. They'll give you your money back if you lose. Always take the risk-free same-game parlays. FanDuel does them like on a weekly basis. So keep your eye out for those. Some of these, I want to go back to that Fox Bet one because I forgot to mention, I do think that might be Colorado exclusive. If you are in Colorado, take it. If you are not in Colorado, keep an eye out because they tend to have similar promos for whatever your local team is. You always want to watch those because last night in Colorado, they gave us one of those on the Broncos. They kept giving us odds like that on the Avalanche. I can't tell you every promo going on in every state, but if you look out for them, you will see those easy money promos. Fox Bet in particular has given a lot of them. DraftKings gives them all the time. So just keep an eye out. Even the advice I don't give you, you're going to want to look into more of the promos because they tend to be really, really good. DraftKings today has 2 that I like. Starting out, we'll stick with the NBA. The Celtics to score first or the Heat to score first in that game has been boosted to plus 150. This is essentially a 50-50 prop, but you're getting better than 50-50 odds on it. I went with the Celtics because they are a slight favorite in the game, and the team that scores more points has a better chance at scoring the first points. But you want to take it on either side, whichever side you like is justified. Vegas, or the sportsbook, is giving away their advantage. Their advantage is that they give you this at minus 110 instead of even odds, which is where they make their money. Instead of doing that today, they're giving you an even bigger advantage. They're giving you plus 150 on a bet that should be at just even odds. So pick a side, flip a coin if that's how you want to decide it. I went with the Celtics. Either way, max bet on this is $25, so you can't go to a full $50 unit or whatever your unit happens to be. But, you'll take what you can get on some of these promos. Finally, let's get into DraftKings' other prop today, or other odds boost, and that is for the week. This is any American to win the U.S. Open. This is boosted from minus 250 to even odds. Even odds don't sound great at first glance, but if we get into the 8 biggest favorites, so anyone who doesn't have odds longer than plus 3,000 is where I drew the cutoff, you're looking at 6 of those 8 are American. The number 1 favorite, Dustin Johnson, is an American. Number 3, Justin Thomas, is an American. The guy that you're worried about with this bet is Jon Rahm. He is the second favorite at plus 900 to win the tournament. And Rory McIlroy also in that mix as the 5th favorite, I believe. Sorry, that would be the 6th favorite. And he's at plus 1,800 odds. Other than that, the other 6 guys, you're talking Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, Xander Schauffele, Colin Morikawa, Webb Simpson, and Bryson DeChambeau. All of them American. If any one of those guys wins, then you're doubling your money. So I believe there's a very good chance that happens. It's not a sure thing, but it's the plus 100 odds they're giving you are definitely better than you really should be getting on that. So that's what you're always looking for. You don't necessarily want the surest win. You want where the odds are swinging in your favor. So finally, I've given you 4 odds boosts. I usually do 3, but I liked 4 of them today. So I'll give you my pick of the day, and I'm going with the homer pick. I'm taking the Nuggets money line at plus 265. I'm a little biased here, but I think they have a shot. And like I said, you're not necessarily picking the team you think is going to win. I don't really think that the Nuggets are going to win, but plus 265, that was the line I found on DraftKings. That was the best line I was able to find. Make sure you're checking all your sports books to find the best line that you see, because they're all different and they're all changing constantly. But this is a Game 7. A team that can force a Game 7 can win a Game 7. Game 7s are a different animal in the world of sports, and this one isn't quite a toss-up, but it's very, very close. Any Game 7 is very, very close to a toss-up. If you see a team greater than plus 200 on a Game 7, I'm going to hammer that every time. So in this case, I will be taking the Nuggets, and I really want them to win. They're one of the teams I root for, so hopefully we see them get it done. But that's all I've got for you on my recommendations today. Thank you for watching. Go ahead, subscribe, and like this video. If you want to keep on making money, follow along with the channel, and hopefully we can put a little bit of extra cash in your pocket this year. And that's all I got for you, so I will see you in my next video.